Well, sleepwalking is, it really, I think, pushes us to look at our reality and what's normal, if you
Okay.
will. For example, today is a school day.
Mm-hmm.
So what we will find is you will find millions of black children who will go to school, and throughout their educational life, these black children and black communities will learn all about white people. And I understand to us in our community, that is normal. To other communities, they would see that as insane. That no one puts other people before their mothers and fathers to solely study about them, let alone their mothers and fathers' adversary. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the beginning of sleepwalking. The fantasy of our children should study all about white people in hopes that they get a job from white people, and then they eventually live in a white community and hope that their children go to school with white people.
Mm-hmm.
Something is wrong with that. And people
Mm-hmm.
who sleepwalk, they see that as normal, which in all respect, no other community, you will never find a community of Jews teaching their children all about Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm.
That would be insane. And you
Mm-hmm.
won't find a Cuban community studying all of their life about Arabs. No one put other folks before them. That is a sign of sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm. And that's connected to the shame of being a victim.
Yeah, and just the cultural manipulation. We have taught to put other folks first and foremost
Mm-hmm.
before us. That's why the tricky question that I often get when people ask me, what's wrong with these schools? That is a tricky question because, in essence, nothing is wrong with the schools. If you understand history, the history of the schools were designed for one child and one child only.
Mm-hmm.
That was the upper class white male child.
Mm-hmm.
That's how American educational system started off. So each class and all the curriculum were designed to meet his needs. So if he go into philosophy, he see upper class white males. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. If he go into sociology, he see upper class white males. Durkheim. If he go into psychology, he going to see Freud, Jung. It was designed for that child to meet his needs. It wasn't designed for any other child. So therefore, in the last few centuries, the schools have been meeting the needs of that child.
Mm-hmm.
And most of us teachers, we have been trained to teach to a child that we rarely come in contact with, in hopes that if that child show up in the class, that he gets his. So when you look at education and you look at what's going on with education, nothing is wrong with these schools. We must change the foundation of the schools in order for it to work for other children.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't look at it and say, hey, what's going on with these schools? They're doing exactly what they were designed to do. Because when you have a narrative of white supremacy, saying that everything great in this world that ever happened has to be connected to white, that poses a serious barrier to getting at truth. Because in a nutshell, our education system kind of goes like this. The white man is the father of history. The white man is the father of mathematics. The white man is the father of psychology. He's the father of philosophy. He's the father of medicine. He's the father of astronomy. We're taught, and this is a sleepwalking process.
Mm-hmm.
This is normal to us to think that he is the father of every single discipline, which suggests at the same time that no one else have done anything. If you go to church, he is not only this Jesus Christ, who they describe as having feet like brass, as if it was burnt in a fire, Moses, who was born in Africa. He is Jesus Christ. Let him tell it. The white man is Moses. He's all of the prophets. He's all of the stained glass windows. Not one angel could be a Mexican. You can't have a Chinese angel. It sends a message to folks. You had nothing to do with this. Everything great about this is all about him. So this narrative that is the norm, and black folks go to church, we go to schools, and this narrative of everything great is synonymous with whiteness is normal to us, but that gives rise to sleepwalking. Because if that is the norm, if you are invisible in education, if you are invisible in religion, then you go to your assigned position in life and you play out a role of invisibility, where you don't try to take this world by the horns, because you don't see yourself in these leadership positions. So you leave leadership to the man you've been shown has always been a leader doing everything.